Good evening. We'd like to welcome you to and call to order the Village of Morton Planning Commission meeting of Monday, June 24th, 2013. I ask the first order of business is the roll call by the village clerk.
Keach.
Here.
Knapp.
Here.
Ritterbusch.
Here.
Smock.
Here.
Westlake.
Here.
Carroll.
Here.
Elam.
Here.
Ryan.
Here.
Zobrist.
Here.
Thank you, Chairman. We have a quorum.
Excellent. The next order of business is approval of meeting minutes from the May 28th, 2013 meeting. The minutes were provided with the agenda. Does anyone have any questions, comments, or corrections?
I'd like to thank everyone at the table for the absentee nomination. Appreciate that.
You're very welcome. Okay, anybody else have any comments? All right, hearing none, I ask that there be a motion to approve the minutes that were published, as they were published.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
A motion has been made and seconded that we approve the minutes as they were published. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? The minutes are approved as they are published. Agenda item 3 is the public hearing section. I would ask that the village attorney provide an explanation of the public hearings process.
Thank you. Tonight, public hearings are being held pursuant to published notice. Any person wishing to address the Plan Commission will be afforded an opportunity to do so. Any person wishing to address the Plan Commission will be sworn in by a court reporter and will give their testimony under oath or affirmation. At the conclusion of the public hearing, the Plan Commission will make a recommendation to the Village Board. The Plan Commission makes recommendations only.
The first item for our public hearing tonight is petition number 13-08 SP. Kelly Harder is seeking a special use permit to allow for living quarters at 210 West Jefferson Street, currently zoned B2. Are there any comments from the commissioner members before we ask if there's anyone from the public that would like to speak to this topic? Is there anyone from the public that would like to speak to this topic? If you can, just stand and be sworn in, and then go to the court. Yep. When you reach the podium, can you state your name and address, please?
My name is Kelly Harder. I live in Washington. Just went 2567 Centennial Drive in Washington. And my opening statement is, do I have to speak for an hour since I'm the only one here?
30 minutes will be fine.
Oh. Okay. Well, as you stated, I'm, requesting not rezoning, but just would like to put an executive apartment up above my business. It's 210 West Jefferson, which is a house built in the 1800s. And Jefferson Street in this area, I'm sure you all know, is really becoming very artistic, and a lot of businesses. And there are apartments already up above businesses. I believe the city owned one just prior to selling to Rose Hubbard. So okay. So I'm just, basically just, wanting, requesting, just saying that is okay. It's going to be a high-end executive apartment that I'm seeking a professional and a Caterpillar transfer that comes to the area, and they will benefit. The business will benefit because the more, if you live in a certain area, you're going to use businesses that are already in place, like the coffee shop and the art gallery, and Second Betty is going in on the main floor, which is also vintage, furniture business. So, and it's a boutique. So, I think I can just tell already that that area on Jefferson is really taking shape. People are taking pride in their buildings, and tomorrow we'll be having siding put on the buildings, so that's just going to add to the rest of, making it look nice.
Is there any comments from any other commission members or any questions?
Seems in line with what we're trying to do down there. Perfect.
I think that's all we have then for you. Thank you.
Thanks.
Is there any, seeing there's no further discussion, I guess we can move to call roll. Or is there a second, or is there a motion to approve?
Yeah, so moved.
Is there a second? Hearing a first and a second, can we call roll, please?
Westlake,
Yes.
Riddibush,
Yes.
Ryan,
Yes.
Farrell,
Yes.
Elam,
Yes.
Net,
Yes.
Keach,
Yes.
Smock,
Yes.
Zober.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, the petition has been approved. That means it will go to the village board for final approval or for final recommendation. Or is it just a recommendation? The next item on the petition is petition number 13-09ZA/SP. Village of Morton is seeking a combination zoning amendment special use permit at 230 to 250 West Cortlandt Street from I-1 to B3 special use. Roger, do you want to provide some
Sure.
overview?
It is, if you can see on the map up there, the address, it's 230, that's the front part of that lot that the village owns that fronts Cortland. And that's where we're looking to have this special use request for a bus storage facility, which you will get later in your meeting. That's the ordinance that we're going to look at, so we're kind of doing these simultaneously. But that is the location, and if that plan goes through, it would be the front portion of that lot that would be, I'm sorry, the back portion of the lot where it's addressed 250 that the school district would use. The front part of that lot where you see the 230 is what we will be at some point putting a water tank where somebody's doing a job and they need water for a construction job. They'll be able to go there and fill their tank up at that location.
Anybody have any questions for Ryan?
Chairman Ryan, I need to abstain from this vote because I have a contractual relationship with the user and the owner in this.
I will also be abstaining due to my employment with the school district.
Okay. If there's not any further discussion, is there a motion?
So moved.
I'll second.
Second, there we go. Madam Clerk, roll call.
Smock.
Abstain.
Riddibush,
Yes.
Ryan,
Yes.
Net,
Yes.
Farrell,
Yes.
Elam,
Yes.
Westlake,
Yes.
Zobrist.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, the petition has been approved by the commission and now will pass the village board for their review. Next item is the continuation of the annexation agreement at Wolf Crossing, Phase 3. Roger, I guess I'll pass to you again.
There you go. Again, if you look up on the map that I've got, that little triangle that sticks up right there, there's a real small piece that's going to be annexed into the village. It's like an 18-foot wide strip by 370-some feet. It's not very big. But in order to do the next phase of this orchard, or Wolf Crossing subdivision, they need to annex that ground. So that's what the map that you have shows, and that's where it's at in the world, so.
Any questions for Roger?
We did the final plat last month, but we didn't have this part of it ready yet, so.
Is that going to be used for housing? or
Residential subdivision, yeah.
I mean, the little portion that sticks out is as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay. The petition has been seconded. May I ask we can call roll?
Farrell,
Yes.
Keith,
Yes.
Net,
Yes.
Ryan,
Yes.
Ritterbusch,
Yes.
Smock,
Yes.
Westlake,
Yes.
Zobers.
Yes.
Thank you. I'm sorry, Elam. Yes. Thank you.
Next item on the agenda, is the continuation of the residential commercial mixed-use zoning classification. Is there anyone that's going to speak to this, or is this Roger?
Well, we're going to continue this. We haven't had a chance. The subcommittee's been pretty busy here. We are working towards a meeting in July, mid-July.
Okay.
And I've done a lot of legwork ahead of that meeting, so I suspect we'll have something in July that's fairly substantial to produce here for the meeting, either in July or August, but we'll continue for now.
Okay. We need a motion to continue. Does anyone have motion in a second?
Is it too self-serving if I go ahead and make that motion?
No.
I'll second it.
There we go. Very self-serving.
Motion has been made and seconded. Ask the clerk to call roll, or should we just do all those in favor? Say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Okay, motion carries. Next item is the amendment of Municipal Code Section 10-6-4-B regarding special use.
And this is the ordinance that I mentioned earlier that we would be looking at that is related to the bus storage. And since this is a special use, each request, if there were ever others, they would come back to your group for approval and then forward to the village board. So if the site isn't right or whatever, then you would have some discretion there as to approve or not approve. But that's the language. It's pretty straightforward, and we would ask you to approve that.
Anybody have any questions about the amendment?
Should I abstain from this too?
You really should just stand this one.
No.
I don't.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
Just as a matter of additional information, I've just commented it in the research that I had done on some previous questions about bus storage. This is a very typical inclusion in business uses. So from a village board standpoint, from my own responsibility for representing this to the village board, subject to your recommendation, this is consistent with what other communities do and normal, the normal way of addressing this kind of storage.
Okay. Is there any further discussion? If not, can I hear a motion?
So moved.
I'll second.
Motion has been made and seconded. All those in favor, say aye. Oh, we need to, okay, may I ask that the clerk please call roll?
Ritterbusch,
Yes.
Ryan,
Yes.
Net,
Yes.
Keach,
Yes.
Farrell,
Yes.
Elam,
Yes.
Smock,
Yes.
Westlake,
Yes.
Zobers.
Yes.
Thank you.
Seeing no other business on the agenda, the next agenda item is for Roger. Do you have
Nothing
anything
more.
Nothing? Trustee Newhouse?
Only item I have is coming back to the question about the residential and commercial mixed-use zoning. I realize everybody's busy and it's hard to get committee meeting times established, and we've already done a lot of special work over the past year or two. But if we can get that headed towards finalization, it would be really valuable. We've got two people in town who are kind of holding their plans, subject to your recommendation. So we can get that wrapped up on the next couple of months, I think that would be useful. Just say that with the caveat that it's more important to do it right than fast. So
Yeah.
we'll leave it to your discretion, but it can be brought along.
I don't think we'll have any issue with it. We've got a pretty good ordinance already kind of built. We just need to fine tune it for our town.
Does it make sense for us to review some of these uses before we?
What I
Yes,
hope
sir.
to have this next meeting is kind of a skeleton, if you will, that we'll all get to pick apart in here. And I'm going to try and get it in so that it can be sent out early for everybody to review. But I've leaned heavily on actually the city of Naperville, who went through some pretty tremendous changes in their downtown districting, and I've worked with them to help sort of understand what some of the things that we might not know we're going to encounter, what they encountered, and how they handled parking and some of this stuff. And they have an excellent plan. So I've borrowed some of that, sprinkled in a little of what has been working for us already, and the subcommittee will look through that here in July, and then we'll get it all into your hands, so you guys can beat it up and start to think outside the box on some stuff. But it really isn't as complex as I think it seems at first. I think we've got a pretty good plan to start already. So we're just fine tuning it so that it makes sense for Morton, and so that it, without being too restrictive, also sort of hopefully is a catalyst to some of this development that we want to see downtown.
Excellent, thank you.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No, sir.
Excellent. I guess the last agenda item, unless anyone has anything else they'd like to bring up tonight, is motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.